Hey FLOSSTUBE, it's Leigh from Creatively on Sunday the 25th of February 2024 with FLOSSTUBE number 214. Welcome back to my weekly YouTube channel about counted cross stitch. It's hot today. Yesterday was overcast and windy, and then it got really heavy rain overnight. Not enough though. My poor trees have shock. All their leaves are turning brown. It's just too hot and not enough water for them, and we're on water restrictions, and I feel really bad about even thinking about going out and watering. I need to go to mow my lawns. Not that they're very long, but there are bits that are long, and it's too hot to do that, so I have to do that like at, I don't know, 7 o'clock tonight maybe. Pull a few weeds, but yeah, it's just could do with a few days of rain, to be fair. I think it's the driest I've seen it here since I moved into Upper Hutt 5 years ago, and I don't like it. Need some more moisture in the air. So what's been going on? Well, what a week. Kind of knew it was coming, but on Thursday we had an all-staff meeting about the fiscal savings plan. It was more like what the plan might look like. We had a change of government last year. We expected, regardless of which government got in, that we would have some savings targets come down. So we finally got a heads up on what that might be. We're a relatively small, we're not really an agency, but crown entity, but let's call us an agency because that's less letters. And we're pretty lean, so our target percentage is a bit smaller than the mothership, being the Ministry of Education. However, on top of a bunch of operational savings, like maybe giving up a floor in our building, cramming a few more people in, maybe that means we work in the office less. I don't know, do we go down to one-ply toilet paper? I have no idea, but they are looking at probably about 30 to 40 redundancies or roles going, which will be it's like 10% of our full-time equivalent. So we find out what that might look like on the 6th of March when we have a consultation document come out, given that we just had like a restructure in the area that I'm in. Then we haven't filled all those roles because they got put on hold because we might not be able to fill them. It's just kind of a bit shit at the moment. So yeah, I'm going to be a bit careful over the next little while. I sort of feel like my role might be okay because I'm the only permanent project manager at my work, and just got a business case signed off for a big project that, like, it got signed off this week, knowing that we were going to have to save money. So it's, it has to happen. And there's no budget to replace my role with a contractor, for example. So I'm pretty sure that I'll still have a job, but maybe I'll lose a project coordinator, maybe we'll lose a BA, maybe we'll have to do more projects and therefore have less free brain space. I don't know. So we'll find out. So it's a bit kind of weird. So we find out on the 6th what that might look like. Consultation goes out, it'll get finalised 2 weeks later, although there will be some asterisks because we then get government budget, or we expect some government policy stuff and some budget stuff to come out, I think in April. So then that might be, we need to retain a few roles for a little bit longer to deliver some new initiatives. So to make policy changes, it might be, maybe they'll, who knows. It's just kind of weird at the moment. So I can't be spending no money. So I gotta be really careful when I go to Christchurch. Of course, I do go to Christchurch for the Christchurch retreat on the evening of the 7th. So I have a big release going live, a new intricate going live on the morning of the 7th, so the night of the 6th. And then I will fly to Christchurch after work on the 7th. I've got the 8th off. And then we've got like phase 2 of this project is ongoing. It has a number of releases, so I don't even know. I'm feeling a bit like blue in my head at the moment. Heck update on my dad. He's doing okay. Was tired because he did too much, but that's my dad. I think he's a doctor's appointment on Monday about something. What was that about? oh, I don't remember, one of his many issues, might be following up on his, I don't know, he told me something and I was like, oh, I don't think I knew that was an issue, so I can't remember now. It's a long list. And he has an appointment in Tauranga Hospital on Tuesday to see about, again, about a shoulder replacement. I think it's a pre-op. He sort of had a pre-op but then had to go on a waiting list because he needs a particular kind of anaesthetic, because he can't be put under a general, so he has to have a blocker in his neck, and so who knows whether he's still eligible for that or not. So I'll find that out on Tuesday. I don't know if he's got update on about his x-rays. Maybe that was what Monday's about. I don't know. Bloody hell. He's keeps me entertained. And I went to the ballet on Friday, Tutu's on Tour. That's a smaller kind of program that the Royal New Zealand Ballet takes around the regional centres where they have smaller, don't have big stages and stuff. And we went up this time, me and a couple of friends from work. It's a cheaper price than I usually will pay. Like it's a $40 instead of $120. Craft room reorg's going okay. I've got 1 cube and 2 shelves to sort. Went through a whole lot of stuff this morning. Reorganised a bunch of stuff, well, that had been waiting to be filed. So I have some folders and some kind of file box things. So I've got things organised now. I've got like freebies and things that have been ripped out of magazines in one folder. Another folder I have the PDFs I have printed, or the PDF cover sheets I have printed. And then one magazine box, I've got magazines. Another one has charts and booklets, so we're like a Blackbird where it's just one chart. And then I've got my books, so my Blackbird books where you've got more than one design is I consider a book. Erin Condon, all that sort of stuff. So all that sort of organised now. Of course, I've still got my partially kitted basket, so I'm getting there. I'm nearly ready. Like when I get it finally done, I will give you guys an update and a bonus video, because I know some people like that. Got all my fabric sorted into some boxes. So by sort of, I've got Ada in one, I've got even weave like Lugana, Brittany and all that in one. And then I've got 32 count and 28 and 38, 28 count, 32 count linen in one, 35, 36 count linen in one, and 40 count plus anything higher. Like I've got a couple of bits of 55 count in one. So they're there. So I've got all my linen now into 5 little boxes. I'm getting there anyway. And then I pulled out a bunch of stuff to take to retreat in Christchurch for the freebie table. Nothing terribly exciting, just some little bits and bobs, some little freebie charts, some magazines I want to pass on, a couple of little stitchy bits and pieces that I found, either I might have been given to me or came in a freebie, a gift bag or whatever. So just pulled a few little things out. I've got one little DMC tin because I've got duplicates, so I'm going to put that on the freebie table. Just a few little things anyway. I don't have, because I give you guys most of my stuff that I either I pass on to friends because they've asked me to, or I've promised it to them, or I give it away to you guys. So you get most of my I'd say real quality second hand or pass the stash stuff. So anyway, I did get my DMC cone, yay! So my cone of DMC 310 is here. Of course, there was a bunch of comments around Anchor, and I'm like, I get it. I am one of the 3 people in the world who don't think Anchor's any better than DMC. It's fine. I think sometimes you just get dodgy batches of no matter what it is. So I've had DMC off of a cone before, but it was an older cone that someone gave me, and I found it really inconsistent. And then you can buy a new skein of DMC and it's great, or an old skein, like it does change over time, right? And I've had the same with Anchor. Like I'm using Anchor exclusively for my Modern Folk embroidery, the 2 samplers, the Bronte sampler and the Austin sampler, and I'm like, it's fine, but I wouldn't I need to do a side-by-side comparison one day, do 2 strands, 1 strand, and just see and go, look, It's not any different. But anyway, I'm really happy to get my DMC black cone. Of course, it's the smaller cone, not the bigger cone. I think it'll be fine for a couple of weeks. It'll keep me busy. And I've got, along with this, because I wanted to get the free shipping from Angel Crafts, was a bunch of DMC as well that I've already added to my, it was for a few things I needed for Vivsta's Procession of Princesses that I'm going to start on Thursday. We'll talk about that a little bit more. So yeah, that's the only new thing that came in. I did pull a few things aside in my reorg. Oh man, I just got a sharp headache. Oh, this happened before, right? I need to probably go and take a thing. Actually, I'm going to go and do it now because last time I did it, and let me go take a pill. Okay, a couple of minutes later, and I've sucked on me Traptapin thing. Traptapin, I don't remember what it is. And it stuff's horrible. It like goes, I'm peppermint, but I'm not really. I'm like bitter peppermint. It's not that great, but hopefully that'll kick in a couple of minutes or 10 minutes or so. We should be fine. Okay. What was I talking about? Probably random stuff. Oh yeah, I put as I was doing my big reorgy stuff with all my charts and stuff, I've got a bunch of stuff that are not anywhere, they're just beside my desk that I want to pair up some fabric for, and so I'm going to probably take a little packet of them with me to Christchurch so that when I am at when I am at the retreat or Art and Frame, when I look through fabric, I can go, yes, that is I don't find fabric, like overdyed fabric and stuff online sucks. So I can have a look at what they have, because Art and Frame, Kauri, Streetworks, and some Fox and Rabbit, I think, is their overdyed fabric. I don't think they have anything else, but it's still good to have a look through and see what they have. And I know that Art and Frame carry Streetworks thread, and I do need some Okefenokee, that colour. I need that Okefenokee. I think it's Okefenokee. If I could see the label, I would be able to read it, but in my head I'm like, I can't remember what it is. I need some more, maybe 2 more skeins of that for a project I'll show you shortly, because I want to stitch most of the rest of it, and I've already used 1 skein. So I think I probably need at least a 3rd skein. Not because I have, anyway. So I'll have a little small shopping list, so I don't go crazy when I'm down there, because again, at least I'll know by then if I probably have a job, because it'll be the day before. Just for anyone going to Christchurch retreat, I will be there on I'm going to go into Christchurch City on Friday, like late morning through to 5ish, to do a little bit of stuff in the city, and I expect to go to Art and Frame in the afternoon, probably keen to meet a few folks for lunch, maybe around where Art and Frame is, which is around the Riccarton Mall area. So I'll put a note onto the retreat page next week, just saying, hey, anyone want to meet up for lunch at like 1 o'clock or 12:45 or something on Friday. And then we can go into Art and Frame after maybe. Yeah, so it'll be kind of cool to meet up with a few folks on the Friday. Okay, I stitched on 2 projects this week. Because I went to the ballet on Friday, so nothing got done on Friday, which is when I do a lot of, like, Friday night's probably one of my most stitchy nights usually. So if I miss Friday, nothing gets done. And I never get anything done Sunday morning, and usually like Monday night, a couple of nights during the week, I don't do anything. So first of all, I picked up this one, which hadn't seen any love for a little while, the Under the Red Blues by Isabelle Vautier, which I started on the 2nd of July. So that feels like, that's right, this was not part of hashtag Stash Sampler Starts. Someone had commented when I showed my 8 projects to start for that, someone commented that I needed a red sampler. I'm like, you're correct, I do need a red sampler. One must always have a red sampler on the go, according to Brenda and Laura from the Brenda and the Serial Starter. So I started this one because I had it kitted up for ages, since 2021 probably. 40 count Kauri from Country Stitch using Gentle Art Claret. And it's a very long sampler with lots of fabric, so I'm just going to show you this bit. So since you saw this last, basically all the 2 rows above the text, so this row and this alphabet, and essentially this bit and this bit of the border. One of them was up to here and one of them was down to here or something. So, and I had to frog both of these back quite a way because I didn't follow the chart and realised when I stitched my alphabet here that was wrong, so I had to come back to here, and then I cocked up here as well. So whatever. This border goes all the way up, so I'm just gonna, each time I do another little wodge, I'll do another repeat, because that way it doesn't get ridiculous. And of course I don't know when I'm going to finish it. It's unlikely to be finished this year. I would hope if it isn't finished this year I can finish it next year, but I'll just come back and pop that in. And I think my initials go there, and I still need to pop my initials in here as well, but I'll just do that at the same time that I put the year in. Obviously I've got to get this finished by 2029, but I will. I'll get it finished probably next year. So where are we up to? I mean, we've still got a long way to go, but I'm very excited that the next band is essentially this little scene, a little village scene. So that's kind of cool. And I'll get another couple of repeats. Get another couple of repeats of that little border in as well. So yay. So that was a couple of days or a day, I don't remember how much of stitching. Where should I put it? Yeah, so that one is not slated for a finish this year. And then I had a look through what other samplers needed some love, and I got the one that I can't say, Francis Sweetlove 1827 from Street Stitchworks. I picked that one up. So this one was a Stash Sampler Start number 7 on the 16th of September last year, and this is on 40 count Oyster linen from Country Stitch using my own overdyed conversion. I'm not following the placement of the various colors, like the instructions sort of talk about how there's sort of 2 colors. It looks like she either ran out of thread. I'm just randomizing it, so the majority of it will be stitched in Okefenokee. Yeah, I think that's what it is, but I've got a bit of a green and a bit of a blue as well, but I want most of the top half to be in the dark. And I'll probably bring a bit of the green in here. I don't really know. So it's a long way across this sampler. I mean, how wide is she? Who knows? She is, yeah, 268 wide by 244 high. So she ain't little, and man, it's a long way across. So, and ask me how many eyelets I stitched. I'm probably just over half. I am over halfway of the eyelets. But this big alpha and this border in between, and the next half of the alpha, well, it's more than the rest of the alpha because there's some random doodly bits. It's a long way across, and these are all eyelets, and I think I've stitched 200 and I'm counting them, 240 something eyelets already. Woo. So I'm over halfway of the eyelets, and that's done in the bluer color. So I'm personalizing this as a memorial, or just to acknowledge my paternal grandmother, and her birth year and place of birth, and she went by Beryl, so I stitched Beryl in a green colour and the name is in blue. So that green, which is also in this row, I want to bring a little bit of that green in around here, and then the rest of it will be the darker green, the Okefenokee. And in here, like this, I like the sampler with these astrological and moon symbols. That 12 to 16 up here, above here, the numbers go up to 11. So as you can see in here, they go to 11. So, but yeah, so I'm getting close to, I think halfway is this row that's above the eyelets. This row, these two here are black, four-sided stitch. There'll be an Okefenokee. I think that I'm gonna do, I don't know, there's a couple of rows, I'll do like a green row. Anyway, I need some more Okefenokee. I'm just gonna say that a million times now. So that is, yeah, so I should have said above this row is where I stitch. So I got all the kind of astrological row in, astronomical, astrological, both. Because you've got star signs in that row and then all that. So there's quite a lot in. Again, these are all eyelets, people. It's death by eyelet. I kind of, in my head, thought I might get all of those eyelets stitched before I showed you. But too many eyelets. So I'm quite enjoying that. I might, oh, I don't even know. Will I carry on and finish the eyelets today? No, I might have a break. So yeah, that's it. Just those two samplers got a little bit of love. I do want to finish France's Sweetlove by the end of the year. So again, there's quite a lot of stitching still to go in here. And if you don't like stitching alphabets, do not stitch the sampler, because the next once I get into the top half of the sampler, where there's an uppercase alpha and a lowercase alpha, each letter is stitched 4 times. Some of them are in different styles, so some of them aren't. Like the A, there's I think a couple of different A styles. And even then I might stitch, I don't know, I'm like, I might stitch 2 of each letter. I might like do 2 dark, 1 blue, 1 green. I'm not sure. I'll make it up as we go along. But yeah, if you don't want to stitch letters, then you don't want to do the sampler, because you will stitch half of it is the alphabet and the numbers repeated 4 times. But I like stitching alphabets, so I'm good. So yeah, that is my stitching for the week. I did get quite a bit done. It's just that it's 2 projects, so it's a bit boring. Reminder, Thursday. Thursday is the 29th of February. Can you believe we're at the end of February already? Like, far out, it's going fast. And I will be starting my 2 full coverage projects for my hashtag leap year sale, along with a bunch of people in New Zealand and a few people also who follow New Zealand YouTubers and are joining in as well. We're starting a big project, or working on a big whip, or starting 4 projects, 1 for each year, or doing whatever you want, because really no rules. Hashtag no rules. But I am starting, I'm not going to take them out of the bag, so I'm starting what's this one? From Cross Stitch Collectibles, Women in Profile by Artwork, section of Artwork by Vautier section, and I am stitching this on 20 count Ada in the colour Nougat, using Corfu DMC, 122,500 stitches, and I will start, as I usually do, down here in the bottom left hand corner. And it looks terrible on here, but it's actually some really lovely florals in there, so it's lots of blues, so it'll be really good. And because I'm greedy and that wasn't enough of a challenge, and because I have had my eye on this for a million years, I am also starting artwork inspired by Vautier section, but from the Aladdin, I think. I'm not really sure what the artwork is called. Well, I'm not even sure if it was a painting, a stained glass piece, or a tapestry, because he did all that stuff. So Procession of Princesses by Vibsters, and this is going to be on, I've got to cut it, I need, my overlocker fell apart, so I need to fix that. 20 count ivory Ada by Swigart using DMC, and this is 88,000 stitches, I think. I need to write the stitch count on there. I need to cut and overlock that, and I need to write the stitch count on that, and I've got myself a plan for how many stitches I need to stitch per month for the next 4 years to finish this by the 29th of February 2028. So yay me. And I don't have all of the threads pulled yet. I've just pulled threads that I need for the bottom, like in here, and then a couple of others where I needed to order some threads to make up my free shipping. So I looked ahead to see where I needed more than one skein, so a couple of these brighter colors, or I needed nearly a full skein. So even though I won't get to them for a couple of, maybe a year, yeah, so that's probably a quarter of the threads, duplicates. So I'm excited to get started on those. So they're both being started on the evening of the 29th. It is a work night for me, so I don't think I'll get much done on them. Probably a couple of hundred stitches or something, but at least they'll be started. And then, yeah, again, I'll have a monthly, I start tracking my monthly target from March. So anything I stitch on Thursday night will be a bit of a bonus, and then in March I expect to, I think it's about 3,000 stitches all up, I think I said last week, to get, 3,000 stitches all up per month to get them finished in 4 years. Blah, blah, blah. So yeah, and if you want to join in but you don't have anything ready for Thursday the 29th, that's fine. It's a leap year all year. It's just leap day that I'm starting it on. Some people have already started. Some people are picking up a whip that they want to plan to finish within the 4 years. Some people just want to make a jolly bit of progress and participate even if they don't finish, which is also fine, because again, hashtag no rules. So you're still welcome to join in. I always say this, try and share more on Instagram. And what else? And I need a new vacuum cleaner, but I don't want to spend any money until I find out if I got a job or not. And where we buy vacuum cleaners from, Godfrey's, is going into, what are they going into? Not receivership. I'm not really sure. They're franchises, but I think the mothership's in trouble, so they're looking to trade out and find a buyer. But do I buy my vacuum cleaner from there? The one I want's a Hoover, so it's going to have a warranty with the company. It's not like, I don't know what to do. Anyway, I've been talking about the new vacuum cleaner for about 3 years. Mine is literally held together with tape, and I can no longer get the bags for it. It's 21 years old. It's an Electrolux Mondo Z2, whatever the number is. I've even tried like Amazon. They're not they just don't have those bags anymore, and it's a particular proprietary bag, so none of the generic bags fit. And I used to get them from Godfrey's, and they don't carry them anymore. Like, it's a 21-year-old vacuum cleaner. It owes me nothing. It's held together with tape, and it doesn't cope with my long hair. So I do need to replace it. But anyway, and don't talk to me about bagless. I have a phobia about vacuum cleaner stuff, and I don't want to touch it. I don't want it to, I just can't cope with it. So I need a bag vacuum cleaner. I'm sorry for the environment, but I can't do it. Thank you very much. Anyway, I know which vacuum cleaner I want, but anyway, I'm not going to buy it until. So, tape, it will be. That was kind of random, but do you expect anything less? What am I going to do now? I need to get some bread made. I should have done it already, and I haven't. I need to get some bread made. I need to tidy up my table. I need to get the vacuum. I need to vacuum the house. I need to sort out the bag. And then I need to do some stitching or something, because I haven't done any today. It's 1 o'clock. I want to get a little bit done, and then I need to do my lawns. Such exciting life I lead. Thanks for coming along to watch my weekly YouTube channel about counter cross stitch. I appreciate you coming along and saying hi. Yeah, this was a long one about random shit, but oh well, it is what it is. I look forward to seeing you next week, and as always, don't let your needles rust. Ciao.